Are you moving to Warrensburg or PCSing to Whiteman? What neighborhood should you live in? If it's Cayhill, you should probably watch this video before you decide. Today we're talking about the 5 things you need to know before you move to Cayhill. Here we go. Don't forget to like and subscribe right down below. I make a new video every week. You're gonna wanna get notified. Here we go. So today, friends, we are jumping into one of the biggest neighborhoods, the biggest subdivisions in Warrensburg, Cayhill. So this is a subdivision that people love to look at. It's big, it's beautiful, it's out there, giant houses, but there are 5 really important things that you're gonna need to know before you make that decision. And here we go. Stay tuned for number 1 because it's a doozy. So as we jump in, the first thing we're gonna do is let's hop over to the computer and let's see, where is Cayhill?
Hey guys, okay, so we are going to use ye olde Google Maps from Google Earth so I can give you an idea of where Cayhill is. So here's Cayhill. I'm joking. I'm going to show you where it is in response to everything else. So Cayhill, as you can see, is right here. And there's a big old gas station. But this bad boy will drop a pin, boom, Cayhill. Okay, so if you look over here, directly to the left, you will see here is Warrensburg proper. So Cayhill is slightly north of Warrensburg. The great thing about this neighborhood is how centrally located it is, in the sense of if you're moving here to work at Whiteman Air Force Base, all you have to do is pop right on 50 highway, and this takes you right over to Knob Noster, and here's Whiteman. So it's about an 8 to 12 minute drive depending upon traffic. And there's not a lot of traffic here. It's the middle of nowhere. And for example, if you want to go into Warrensburg, it's about a 6 or 7 minute drive. So here's Cayhill right over here. This is downtown Warrensburg. This is where the majority of all the restaurants and the bars and everything like that are. Here is where the movie theater is. Here's where Walmart is. So Cayhill is very centrally located. So if you don't want to live in town, but you don't want to live completely way far away, it's kind of perfect. And as you can see, it is a pretty large neighborhood. Let's pop down into a street view and you can kind of get an idea, because I know I'm going to talk about some pros and cons. And this will really, along with some driving footage, give you an idea of what the neighborhood looks like, how it flows, and all of those great things that we're going to talk about right when we jump into the 5 reasons. So here we go.
So moving to number 5 on our list. Number 5 is close neighbors. Like you know, in most subdivisions, you're going to have people on the left and to the right of you. And in Cayhill, there's nothing different from that. So this neighborhood, as you can see from the wonderful driving and drone footage that I have so lovingly provided, there's a lot of neighbors. There's a lot of houses. This is a big neighborhood, which is awesome. And each lot is decently sized, from anywhere between a 1/4 of an acre to around the lake, sometimes even a little bit larger. But for the most part, you can see here, your neighbors are going to be right next door. So if you're looking for a place that you have a lot of space in between each house, this is definitely not the neighborhood for you. The one saving grace of this is everyone here is very friendly. Everyone here is very much up in everyone's business. You definitely get to know your neighbors. There's a lot of neighborhood activities. There's a lot of get-togethers. There's block parties. There's all sorts of things happening in Cayhill. So you will really get to know your neighbors. Also, with this being a big military community, sometimes there is a lot of turnover, meaning that people move to Warrensburg, they buy a house here, they work at Whiteman for a couple years, and then they leave. So maybe if you don't like one of your neighbors, they might be gone soon. So, anyway, there you go. That is number 5, close neighbors. Moving on, number 4. Moving on, we're on number 4, and this is a big one because it is going to cut into your pocketbook. What do I mean by that? I'm talking HOA fees, people. So this being a big, beautiful, fancy subdivision, there's going to be an HOA fee. It's just built in. Now, I know a lot of people have mixed ideas on HOAs. You love them, you hate them, you're indifferent. As a realtor, I personally think that they can be very helpful. And what do I mean by that? So I see all these neighborhoods, and sometimes I'm driving through them and I see beautiful house, beautiful house, beautiful house. And then I see a house that's painted like bright fuchsia, but not completely. And there's 6 cars in the front yard and a toilet. Yes, I know I've never actually seen a toilet in a front yard, but you know what I mean. So that one house drops all of the other houses' value, and it just sucks. So if you're maybe just doing a tour of duty station at Whiteman for a couple years, so you want to buy a house and then you want to leave, you want to make sure that your house doesn't lose its value because of one of your neighbors. That would suck. So Cayhill, it has a pretty hefty HOA. It's between $140 and $175 per month. What does that get you? A beautiful neighborhood. They are pretty strict. I'm not gonna lie. You can't paint your house crazy colors in Cayhill. You have to keep your lawn pretty. You have to only have a certain type of fence and a certain height. So these rules in this HOA, they're very particular. But I will say, it makes for an absolutely beautiful neighborhood, and property values in this neighborhood just keep climbing. So, it's kind of a give and take. It's a double-edged sword. But if you want to have chickens, this is not the neighborhood for you. Moving on. Okay, folks, we are moving on to number 3. Number 3 actually kind of ties into the previous number 4, conforming homes. I call it the Stepford Wives neighborhoods. So what do I mean by that? Well, if you haven't seen that movie, let's just say that most of the houses in this neighborhood look very similar. There are a lot of different style of design houses depending upon what year they were built. They actually just finished building in this neighborhood. There's only a couple of lots left, by the way. So if you want to build your own home in this neighborhood, better jump on that real quick. But most of the homes in this neighborhood are very similar in design. So as you can see from the different areas of the subdivision, you can kind of tell when the houses were built based on the design style. So the houses in the earlier builds, basically when the subdivision was newer or just built, you have a different style of home. You have a lot of all brick type, kind of sprawling English style country house. I call them manors, but not really. And then that moves forward to now the most recent houses that were built are more of a modern kind of boxy build, but very, very beautiful. All of the houses in this neighborhood are very beautiful. I have toured so many of them. And one thing that you get from this neighborhood, you get a great resale value. So no matter what style home you purchase, if you want to live in Cayhill, you'll find someone who wants to buy it from you. I actually have multiple buyers just waiting for more houses to come on the market to choose from because they want to live in Cayhill. So you do have a diverse style of home, but they all kind of look a little bit the same. And there's not a lot of trees. That's the one kicker for me for this neighborhood. There are no old growth trees because it's a newer subdivision. In Missouri, we like to take things like cow fields and just plop houses down on them. And that's kind of similar to what we did here. You just took a field that you thought would make a great subdivision, you started building on it, and they did a great job, but what you lose from that is a sense of nature. So it's kind of a handoff. Big, beautiful subdivision, less trees. Moving on. Okay, here we go. We're getting down to number 2. Number 2 is a very important thing that you need to know if you live in Cayhill, and that is, I hope you like holiday spirit. You're probably thinking, oh my God, Eva, are you losing it? No, I'm serious. I've actually done some videos on this before. Holidays in Cayhill are serious business. There's competitions on things like Christmas lights and Halloween decorations. I have a whole video on Halloween trick-or-treating in Cayhill, and it's insane. Tens of thousands of children running around like crazy. The houses are just, the decorations are something straight out of the movie. There's even a haunted house in Cayhill that you can go through. It's nuts. But it's definitely big, over the top. So if you don't want to live in a neighborhood where every time that there's a holiday, big events happen, and you don't want to deal with that noise and craziness, then this might not be the neighborhood for you, because everything in Cayhill is over the top. But it's also really fun. I used to take my kids trick-or-treating in Cayhill before I moved to Lake Ridge, and I still do occasionally, but it is a lot. It's beautiful to drive through for Christmas lights though, just wonderful. People really go above and beyond in Cayhill on their decorations. So if you're into getting in the holiday spirit of things and want neighbors that are going to do the same, Cayhill is definitely the neighborhood for you. Okay guys, drum roll. We are on our number one reason or thing that you need to know before you move to Cayhill, and that is the price tag. The price tag. So I'm going to pop over to my computer and I'm going to talk about this last one, because I'm going to show you some current houses that are on the market in Cayhill and show you what the price tag is. Basically, you're not getting anything in Cayhill under $350, and you're lucky if you can. Prices of houses in Cayhill range from between $350 all the way up to $750,000. So this is definitely not a lower end price tag on these homes. Let's take a look at them.
Okay, guys, we are back on the computer. I'm a dork, sorry. Okay, so what you can see here, these are some current listings in Cayhill right now. And you know that though, that newer builds, the kind of square, more boxy, modern look that I was talking about, here's some of them. So we're looking at pretty regular prices. This one here, it's newer. It was built within the last couple years, right around a little over $500,000, $554,000, almost 3,000 square feet. You're getting a 4-bedroom, 4-bath. Again, here's a slightly older build, $460,000, 5-bed, 4-bath. It's kind of right around this price tag. You'll see these are some slightly older builds, right around that $500,000 price tag. This one is actually newer for $474,000. Good deal. And here's one that was built quite a while ago, but it's a lot bigger. It's almost 3,500 square feet. This is kind of what you can expect in Cayhill. But I will tell you, ooh, Nelly, these are beautiful, beautiful houses. So going down, you'll see Cayhill does back up to beautiful woods. There's just not a lot of trees in the neighborhood. But you're looking at open, expansive floor plans. In some houses, you're looking at really tall ceilings. You're looking at just manicured to a T interiors. I mean, this kitchen is something out of a magazine. It's glorious. Walk-in pantries, just really, really beautifully elegant, well thought out designed houses. Let's take a look at another one, shall we? Let's look at this one, 1814. So again, beautiful house, very modern. It has a basketball court. It's very pretty. Oh, this was lived in. So I try not to ever show houses online that have people's stuff in them, because that's just kind of rude, to be honest. You'll see terrible but good sized fenced in yards. You can kind of see this is all of what Cayhill looks in the backyards. They're all very open. They all have the same metal fences. It's all very elegant. And Cayhill has that fence rule, and I personally agree with it, because there's nothing worse than an ugly looking metal fence. But see, this is just beautiful. It's a beautiful space. Everything about Cayhill houses are picture perfect, straight out of a magazine. So if you want to move into a neighborhood that basically looks like a magazine, it's Cayhill, but you're going to pay the price tag for it, because there's not a single house on the market right now for less than $450,000. So that's kind of just what it is. Okay, let's go back to me standing up.
Okay, so as you could see from that brief jump on Zillow, you really see the price tag in Cayhill. And it doesn't fluctuate. It's very, very rare to see a house go on the market there under $400,000. Very rare. And there's only a couple left in the neighborhood that are fixer-uppers and that need that full update on the inside of, paint and flooring and fixtures, basically just updated from when they were first built. For the most part, if you want to live in Cayhill, you're going to have to pay that hefty price. But I will say, houses in Cayhill, they actually don't last long on the market, especially not during the spring and summer, which is PCS season. PCS, by the way, means permanent change of station. It's when people move from base to base in the military. And a lot of military families live in Cayhill per the census. But if you love the neighborhood, you will have zero problem reselling your house because there are always people who want to live in Cayhill. So if you want to buy in Cayhill and you want to pay that price tag, do not worry about reselling your home, because the one thing I can definitely tell you, and that's just based on buying and selling a lot of homes in this neighborhood, is that the property values, because of that HOA we talked about, will continue to rise over the next 5 to 10 years. So when you get in on it early, your house is definitely going to be worth a lot more later on. Before you make a move to Cayhill, I will say make sure you consider all 5 of those things: the property value, the HOA, the price tag, whether or not you like holidays, all of those things wrapped into one big, awesome bundle. And that hopefully can help you decide whether Cayhill is a neighborhood for you. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to like and subscribe right down there, because I make a new video every week. You're going to want to get notified. And my contact info is down there. So if you have any questions, or hey, is there a neighborhood that you want me to do a video on, reach out, call me, text me, or comment down below. Talk to you later.